Oh, oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. I'm going to try and do less talking, which never seems to work, and more singing. And you are welcome to sing along with me. I hope you are. One of my other tools and medicines is magic. And I'm going to share some things about it, but I'm also going to just hum a little bit, sing a little bit through the sharing today. One of the classes that I teach and that I really like to teach, but I can't do it online because it would be copyright infringement. One of the classes that I really like to teach is uh, sing and stretch or sound and movement. I've named it different things in different places because the benefits of music on health are so vast, and I will not cover them all here. Um, but let's sing another song. Let's sing another song. Mm. Give us this day our daily bread. You said you would supply all my needs according to your riches. I have but to ask that I may be free. I'm not singing the whole song, but there are songs that pop up all the time. Even as I'm talking to you all, there are times that I'll say something, go, oh, I hear a song, or I hear a voice. One of the last times that I sang that song, no, not the last time, one of the times that sticks out the most that I sang that song too. One of them was for my aunt, and she was in the hospital preparing to make her transition. And another one was in Costa Rica leading a movement class where I walked around and sang first. So I'm very, very clear that music is medicine, and it's one of my most precious ones, and it's one of my one that I like to share and also keep it immensely private. I don't know how you do both, but that's what it is. So even sharing about listening or singing music. So one of the things that I've shared uh, that I'm sure you know, and I think I've shared before, is that we have this lovely nerve called the vagus nerve that is a cranial nerve that runs all the way through the body. And that wonderful nerve touches the parts of our body that are responsible for our heart rate, our digestion, for taste, and for swallowing. And it's just, it's so cool that it's a nerve that runs all the way through, touching so many vital organs and tissues in our body. And it vibrates. And it vibrates especially when we are singing, humming, listening to music. And that vibration, because we are all connected, everything in us is connected and we are connected to each other, that vibration activates our parasympathetic nervous system. So, our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous system are what make up our autonomic nervous system. And so, sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight, freeze and fawn, all those things. So, and what I need to do next, and it's supposed to cause a short burst of stress to help us save our lives. But because of the way that our lives have been built, we are often in a perpetual state of fight or flight. So the goal is to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, and our parasympathetic nervous system is our rest and digest nervous system. And that is the one that tells you it's okay to relax, it's okay to eat, it's okay to sleep, it's okay for all these body systems to move in a place of just like, homeostasis. We don't need to gear up to let you pump a bunch of blood and make you think quick decisions, right? To save your life, just to relax and to move at to come to your base state. So singing and listening to music and making music do a lot for us. The vibrations that are caused in the body, like even if sometimes when I'm doing breathing exercises with you all or yoga, and I'll say, I want you to inhale and exhale so your body vibrates. You know, just that vibration um, activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And stress, especially prolonged stress, uh, promotes brain aging, brain shrinkage. Cortisol uh, causes so much damage in the body because it's not supposed to stay. It's supposed to come do its job and leave, but it will cause us to hold on to body fat, especially at the belly. And especially for brothers, we know that an excessive amount of belly fat affects two things: it affects genitals and it affects heart. So it's not great. It's not great. And it's not great for any of us. So cortisol will also sustain cortisol and stress causes the brain to shrink. It can be repaired, but it will cause the brain to shrink. It will impair memory. So singing reduces cortisol. It increases short-term and long-term memory. It increases blood flow. Um, it increases memory recall. And what are some of the other things? Oh, concentration, being able to retrieve information, and making music even more so. Even more so. So let's do a little more. Let's sing a little bit more. So I like this chant because it's wishing well to everyone. It's like a prayer for everyone to be well and be at peace and be full of joy. So Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. It's a beautiful prayer. Feel my body vibrating. It's an instant lift. And so there's so many songs, so many songs. There are songs that in many traditions that I've learned, there are songs that as a traditional priest I've learned, but I will not record them here. Things that I think some things, many things, should be sung in communal settings, should be learned in communal settings. Um, but there are some songs that I have sung in public that are not ritual. And so I'll sing one more of those. The sacredness of singing in community is amazing. And sacred also means secret. So it's not for show. It is for healing. There are there are songs that usher us into different places. Songs that do bring healing in so many ways, and not just general healing, but specific healing. I will sing when I'm providing Reiki services. Um, I'll hum, I'll chant. Um, I showed stones earlier this week, and I use stones in Reiki. And I'm thinking about a time that I was giving a sister of mine a Reiki treatment with stones and singing to her. And she was hearing the messages behind the songs, which was amazing. It was really, really, really wonderful. And then just thinking about like all the things that come along with music, all the things we do along with music, the cleaning, the loving, the dancing, the goofing off, the connecting, the listening to a song or hearing the first few bars. I love when I hear the first few bars of not even the first few bars, first couple notes of a song in a live recording or at a concert and the crowd goes up. It's like instantaneous, it's fireworks. Singing also for me is I was born early. And I think I told that story before. That was not an easy birth for my mother or for me, and we are both here. So, praises be to the Most High for that. Um, but they told my parents that my lungs would not develop, and because I was early, I was early. Told my parents that my lungs would not develop, and I have sung with my father, who has a very beautiful baritone, tenor, and bass. Um, and he has said before in testimony and in just gratitude that I'm the baby of theirs that they said wouldn't be able to breathe properly. And I said, so singing is also my expression of gratitude. It is, it's also an easy way to like shake off stuff that's trying to linger, things that are not good energy. Get yourself a good angry wailing song. Ooh, baby. That's why I love rock music so much. That's why I love rock music so much. It's so defiant. It pushes things away from you that you don't need. So all of those things to say that this is certainly a very, very big part of my medicine, which is why it took me so long to get to it in the playlist because I wanted to share it but didn't want to share it. If those two things can happen in the same place. Um, but there's again, if there's and if you have a song, sing a song. If you can share a song, share a song. You could hum a song, just whatever is necessary. There's a hmm, part of our training process. And I won't go into the process, but there are places where initiates will sing together. And there was a sister one time who had been in earshot of us singing, headed to go do something. And what she said to me later was, it just sounded like a lot of angels singing. Um, so it's healing to the person doing it in a myriad of ways. And it's healing to anyone who's hearing it. And it's healing to anyone who also decides to lift their voice to sing. One of the other things that we were encouraged during training was, we come from African Americans, come from a very, very rich tradition of beautiful melodic singing, very lovely. And so, ooh, yeah, we're all that and all the runs and all the beautiful things and the harmonizing and all the things. And one of my trainers at one point was trying to stop us from being so focused on the beauty of the sound. Not that it's not always beautiful, but just to sing. There are times that if you ever listen to recordings of Orisha music that are done either live or done um, more in the excitement around the drums and the movement. They may not always be pretty, but they are so gorgeous. And so someone may be not on key, or maybe their voice isn't the smoothest, or maybe all the harmonies aren't super tight, but it is stunningly beautiful. And it'll crack your heart open. It'll just, sheesh. There was a brother when I was in college and I worked at the radio station and he loved to sing and he could not sing a lick. Like not at all, not at all. If he was carrying notes, the bucket he was carrying them in had a hole and they were falling out all the time. But his exuberance and his excitement in singing was infectious. It would make you happy. It would bring joy. And he knew he couldn't sing and he just didn't care. And there were songs that were like his song, and he was going to sing that song, and it was going to be exciting and magnificent. And that was infectious too. So again, we don't the beauty of sharing music. And honestly, any space we're in where we are sharing with each other becomes sacred space. It's a space we're holding for each other. Um, the beauty of raising our voices together is so much more important than making sure it sounds right. And it's good. It's so good for you. This is this is hymnlining. And so it's so much better when it's with people, but I'll do my best by myself. And these are songs that I've heard. There's a sister who sings them. She knows who she is. She is magnificent, a young woman, and her grandma sang them in church. And so the last time that I heard them sung for me in a church setting, I was a little girl in my daddy's grandmother's church. So hymnlining, and there's lots of different ones, but this is the one that I often hear. I love the Lord. Mhm. 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 Here's one more time with the words that come after it. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. And there's like four or five other returns and call and responses and beautiful things that happen. So if you get a chance, if you are sitting at YouTube right now, look up hymnlining and listen to some of it. It is, sheesh. We have songs in the church that talk about climbing higher and higher and higher. And so if you can get into one of those spaces where someone's hymnlining, and that tradition is marvelous too. You sing yourself into a place of ecstatic expression. It is, you can leave your body and just be present with everyone in the upper rooms, and it's marvelous. So this is Reverend Okomfo Walimu Yogi Sister Mama Adia. And sing your song, listen to your music, dance around, shake what your mama gave you, let your backbone slip, all good things. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.